Hello there, it's Walaladipo here. How can you get rid of intrusive thinking? How can you regulate away from the negative thought processes that seem to be automatically driven into the fabrics of the conscious awareness department? Now, we know that the mind is built for thinking. The mind is engineered for thought. There's no way you'll be able to move away from one thinking process without walking into another thought process. So the mind is engineered for thinking, but thinking can be distorted, it can be dysregulated depending on how past has treated you. If past has been extremely difficult, you have a disinhibited primitive brain, a primitive brain that has a lid that is keeping always repressed, subconscious drives and desires that are no longer compatible to this generation it's keeping them in the lid. So depending on the nature of your traumatic past, the lid might not be working properly. So something called the filtering process, the inhibitory process of the outer layer of the brain over the two primitive brains are struggling. So perverse thoughts, outlandish desires, violent thought processes start to dominate our consciousness. Now, the first thing to realize is that it's not your fault. It is not your fault. You are not to be blamed for negative thought processes that you do not agree with. It is biochemical. The filter is not engaging. What many people do, however, is to internalize that aggression. They think, oh, I must be a bad person. Look at what I'm thinking about. Just like a young mother that just gave birth, and studies have shown that postnatal depression is very common and is connected to the filtering not engaging properly because of the cascade of reproductive hormonal fluctuations. So the young mother starts to have a primitive negative thought, violent thought of harming the baby, for instance. So you know very well that that does not come from the authentic self of the mother. That's just one example. So the most important thing to understand, if it is not in line with your moral compass, if it's not in line with your value, it is not from the authentic self. It is coming from a biochemical state of disinhibition. Think about that. Now move towards self-compassion and seek help. There has to be a safe place. The survival brain has to be soothed, to downregulate, to turn down the volume, to strengthen the filter, as it gives more funding to the prefrontal cortex that helps to solidify the filter. More than likely, think about that. If you want to know more about this, we have a full-day training on intrusive thoughts, the brain and recovery. Check the website out, find the intrusive thought, and maybe I'll get you there. I'll see you there to go deeper. And we have a comprehensive recovery pathway for both professionals and for the general public. I'll see you there.